As I am recording this video, I am 31 years old and have been playing the Halo franchise since 2002. Halo is the franchise that has single-handedly defined me as a gamer. I've played hundreds of games over the years, but nothing holds a candle to how Halo has shaped me as a gamer. I was at my local mall attending the Halo 2 Midnight Madness release on November 9th, 2004. I played against Bungie developers to unlock recon armor in Halo 3. I've met and shook hands with Jen Taylor. I cried at the end of the Reach campaign. The memories of lands, tournaments, events, and moments are endless. Like everyone else, I was over the moon and excited for Halo Infinite. But after playing through the campaign and maxing out my battle pass, my friends and I haven't played for months. I've quit cold turkey.
This is the way the world ends.
I know the title of this sounds pretty dramatic, but while I was preparing to make this video, I realized that it's not far from the truth. For those of you who like short videos, here's the bullet points. I quit Halo after 20 years for 3 main reasons. 1, it's hard to play with friends. 2, lackluster progression. And 3, not enough content. This video is not a 343 bash fest. I know they have their hands full right now trying to get this skeleton of a game with a $500 million budget in a somewhat decent condition. And I don't want this to be a rehash of all the amazing videos out there already addressing the plethora of problems surrounding Infinite. No, this is just me sharing my Halo story and bringing to you all some of the conversations that me and all my Halo friends have been having every single week while we play the Hunter Call of the Wild. And hopefully you can relate to it. Because the truth is, as a 20-year Halo fan, it sucks to see the game you love crashing and burning before your eyes. And just as a side note, I will mainly be focusing on Halo 1 through 3 and Infinite because those are the games I've put the most hours into, even though the others are great as well. So if you like long-form Halo content, want to share in some Halo nostalgia, or just need to consume some Halo content because 343 isn't providing any, grab a drink, sit back, and sub to my channel if you feel like Halo Infinite is 10% of what it should be, and Halo fans everywhere deserve better.
Freaking sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I've been playing Halo with friends for over 20 years. Heck, my first Halo experience ever was with friends. My neighbor had an Xbox and he had finished playing through the Halo CE campaign and he wanted to try multiplayer. So he invited my brother and I over to his house, bought an extra controller, and there we sat as kids in front of his big screen TV, eyes as big as saucers, playing a game that would change the trajectory of our lives, but also change the entire gaming industry. That year, Xbox and PS2 were in a heated console war, and when my dad asked our neighbor what game console he should get us, it came down to one thing: Halo. As an Xbox exclusive, it was the sole reason we got an Xbox. And man, I'm glad we did. It opened up a whole world of gaming to us. For years we played Halo Combat Evolved, playing on our friend's big screen TV night after night, playing weird settings like 3-player FFA, no shield, starting weapon pistol on Blood Gulch. We almost exclusively just played Blood Gulch, playing through the campaign on all the different difficulties alone, and then grabbing my brother and playing through it together and experiencing the craziness over and over again. and then back to my neighbor's house to try and put the new skills to the test and be the top fragger that night. Every week we were playing together, talking, yelling, and having loads of fun. Then, everything changed. We discovered System Link. Connecting our Xbox to our neighbor's Xbox and playing Halo against each other changed the game forever.
Eugene was the advocate that got mom and dad to even get us one.
Right.
Because he knew that you could, hook them together and, play multiplayer. When we got ours, I just remember it being like a journey to figure it out, because while we wanted to do Halo, the first game we tried to land was Unreal Championship with Mr. Warnke. And he brought over his Xbox, and I remember going to Walmart, and we went and bought an Ethernet cable, and it didn't work. And then so we took it back, and they're like, hey, what do we... He's like, oh, you need a crossover Ethernet cable, or you need a router or whatever. And we were like, oh. So we ended up not even being able to play anything that day. That's when we first started all right, everyone's getting one of these, and I started doing it because we were LANing before 2005. Dad would bring home a projector usually on those nights, and we would have at least one team on a projector, because you could only do 4 TVs.
Our Halo community grew from 3 to well over 16 in a matter of months. Every other weekend, we were throwing LANs, eating Papa Murphy's pizza, and fragging out till all hours of the night. And without any of us realizing it, Halo became more than a game. It became a community. We shared an experience unlike any other. Laughing, screaming, working together, competing, telling stories, getting mad at each other, and having so much fun. Then Halo 2 came around. My brother and I, we went to the Midnight Madness release at our local mall, and we were surrounded by tons of other passionate Halo fans telling their own Halo stories. And as you look back, it's easy to see that Halo was so much bigger than a game. Halo 2 upped the ante with amazing campaign, incredible maps, plus a massive map pack, fully customizable custom games, which gave birth to incredible game types. Zombies before zombies was a thing. Relic and Zanzibar had you storming the castle with a fully loaded hog, only to get blasted by rockets. Lockout and Midship let you sweat it out and put your BR to the test. Our LAN parties were never-ending frag fests that only ended when you couldn't keep your eyes open anymore. Halo was fun to play with friends.
You hate it, but you love it, and you gotta play again.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, Halo 3 blew the lid off everything. By keeping everything we know and love about Halo 1 and 2, but just building on it. The introduction of Forge rocked the Halo world forever. New content being produced for Halo fans by Halo fans. At LANs, you could test out a new map that you created with all your buddies. Change all the settings to create some wacky game type in some random map that you made. Not only did Bungie put out insane maps like Narrows, Construct, Guardian, The Pit, but the community was now pumping out amazing content weekly for everyone to try. And there was a simple file sharing system to pass it all around. Don't even get me started on Halo 3 party chat. I'll never forget post-game Halo 3 lobbies being absolutely berated with insults and profanity because we just beat the brakes off some poor guys who actually thought they were good at Halo.
Want to sniff some crack with me? Seriously, I'm all amped up.
Mom's obviously not home, eh?
What? What was
Mom's
that?
obviously not home, that's why you're talking like that.
I can't hear, your mic is so shitty.
I can't hear you, your mic is so shitty. I said your mom's probably not home, that's why you're fucking swearing all the time.
No, actually watch. You want me to go get my dad? I'll even say
Yeah, go get your dad.
Hey Dad!
It's no surprise that even with their imperfections, Halo 1 through 3 flourished. And I believe a large part of that is because they were genuinely fun to play with friends. When you love something, you want others to love it too. and you bring them in, and the community grows. Sadly, my community experience with Halo Infinite has been nothing like any of the past Halo games. I couldn't wait to play through Infinite co-op campaign with my brother and friends. I can't. It'll be fun to have some epic multiplayer matches though. Well, the maps are similar and just get boring after a while. No Zanzibar storming the base here. But we can at least have a LAN party. Me and all my Halo buddies did have a LAN party, but it kind of gets old playing the same maps over and over with almost no customization for custom games. Also, the games just kept crashing. What about Forge? Where's Forge? Who knows?
Andy, where is he? Where the hell is Andy? Where is he, Pam? Do you know? Oh.
This era of current gen gaming is, I believe, the worst it's ever been in the last 30 years. Money is the deciding factor, the be-all end-all for game developers, and it shows. It's heartbreaking to see it really affect a franchise that we all love so much. I remember playing Halo CE multiplayer for the first time, and my neighbor said, "You gotta pick your color and give yourself a name." And over 20 years ago, my Halo identity started to take shape. I chose the color brown. I thought it was dark and it would help camouflage me better. And guess how much I paid to use that color on my Spartan? That's right, $0. Bet you can't guess what color I picked for Halo 2, 3, 4, and 5. You guessed it, brown. And I even carried over my symbol from Halo 2 as far as I could take it into every game. And you know what? All my friends pretty much did the same. We all knew who we were by our colors and our symbols and our armor looks. Fast forward to the year 2022, and no one in our group really has any in-game identity because, one, we don't want to pay to put a single color on our Spartan, and two, even if we do pay, the color only works for one armor core, which is just beyond crazy. It's weird to think that a game that started out with such a strong community focus has now dwindled to this. Me and all my Halo buddies who love Halo have stopped playing and are now playing a hunting simulator. And you know what? We're having a ton of fun playing together again. The Hunter Call of the Wild, while simple and straightforward, does an amazing job at cultivating experiences that you can share with your friends. None of us are hunters. We aren't even outdoorsy people. I mean, we're gamers. But we have built a community around this common, enjoyable game. I would have paid any price for Infinite. After years of waiting and enjoying the heck out of Halo 5 multiplayer, I was all in for Infinite. The 1-year delay sucked, but now I wish they would have delayed it 2 years. When Infinite was released, me and my buddies immediately went to work. We hopped into matchmaking, slayed out almost every night for weeks and weeks. The thrill of finally playing a current-gen Halo game was intoxicating. Yeah, we had our opinions and our critiques. I mean, we're Halo fans, but at the end of the day, we all love Halo. After a couple months though, without even discussing it, we all just kind of fell off. We just kind of stopped playing together. We had one LAN, which was really fun, but then it kind of fizzled out. And now looking back, I see why. We got bored. There's nothing left to do. We had gone through the amazing campaign, found tons of Easter eggs, maxed out our battle passes, and then we were left wondering what's next. Challenges were meaningless because the XP doesn't count, nothing left to unlock, nothing to work toward, Big Team didn't work anymore, and after running around on the same few symmetrical maps with the same weapons and the same game types with the same challenges that don't mean anything, I think we just kind of got bored. Now I think it's fair to say, hey, if you're a true Halo fan, just play the game and enjoy it. Well, yes, there's truth to that. Halo CE didn't have a progression system or anything like that. The truth is, since Halo 2, there has been progression and challenges and things to work toward. I played countless hours of Halo 3 matchmaking with my friend to reach a higher level and to be the highest in our friend group. Even when I felt like I plateaued on my level, I still grinded for the XP rank of General so I could get the 6 symbol and people would know I'm for real. Or I just play way too much Halo. But there was always something to be working towards, either individually or as a group. Halo Infinite starts really, really strong and then fizzles out. Ideally, you want a game to get more and more fun to play. As you progress and get better, complete challenges, you unlock more things and the game gets even more fun, and then the developers add this or that and it becomes fresh again, and it grows and it grows. Before you know it, you've been playing this game for a couple of years. That happened to me with Fortnite. I was a dedicated Halo 5 player. I went to the Championship Series finals in Seattle, but towards the end of Halo 5's life, a friend begged me to try Fortnite in its very first season. Then, before I knew it, 3 years went by fast. That game had amazing progression, change, content, and got funner and funner every month that I played it. I only quit playing last year because I just wasn't good enough. I literally just couldn't keep up on controller anymore, and I don't care to become a god mode builder to compete with PC players. If there were controller only lobbies, I'd probably still be playing. And I'm okay to admit that I'm just not like good enough at the game, and it lost kind of my interest, and people are just better than me, and that's okay. As much as I hate to say it, I think we all kind of just got bored of Infinite because there was nowhere to go. And so we left. We ran into the arms of another lover, the hunter Call of the Wild.
Coming out here, you're struck by the silence. But then, if you stand there for a minute, you realize it isn't silent at all. A lot of people feel like they're visiting. But when you're hunting, you're not just visiting. You're part of it. And the wild draws you in.
And boy, did we get drawn in. What started out as a total joke, even my Halo buddies were making fun of me, has now turned into a full-fledged hunting party every week. We used to host Halo monthlies called Fragfest, but those have now changed to Stagfest. The game is fun, it's challenging, it has amazing progression that makes you want to play more and more. The first couple hours of the game are as bad as it gets, but once you start to learn, it has an upward trajectory that is incredible. You hunt an animal, and depending on how good a shot you are determines your XP. As you get XP, you level up. As you level up, you unlock guns, outfits, equipment, skills/perks. As you get better skills and perks, hunting becomes easier and more fun, and you unlock more. Meanwhile, the development team is dropping one new map every 6 months, along with weapon pack DLCs that are super cheap. All these things work in tandem to create a fun experience and foster a great community. Unfortunately, the first few weeks of Halo Infinite is the most fun that you will have with the game. It starts at the top and slowly goes down with each day of playing. Progression currently doesn't exist yet in Halo Infinite. It's just one long regression. Did you read that last title? I don't really need to expand on this. Just go watch a Faven video or search Halo Infinite content on YouTube. There's just not enough. I would have been happy to pay $70 for Halo Infinite if it even just had half of the content that Halo 3 had at launch. Right now, Halo Infinite is 10% of what we've come to expect from Halo titles. It's a shell of a game, and I honestly would have waited 5 more years and paid full price if it meant we got a polished, content-rich Halo experience. The development budget for Halo CE is not well known, but it couldn't have been a whole lot. Halo 2's budget was $40 million, After massive success, Halo 3 cost averaged out to $60 million. Halo 4 was $40 million. And Halo 5 hit over $100 million to make. And then we get to Infinite. Want to take a guess at Microsoft's budget for Infinite? One Google search will tell you. It's estimated to have cost $500 million to make. That's $500 million. And yet somehow, Halo Infinite doesn't feel like $400 million better than Halo 5, but on the contrary, it feels like there were massive budget cuts and they went back to Halo CE budget. When you get $400 million extra dollars to build on a game that cost you $100 million, people better see and feel the difference. I have no clue what went wrong, but honestly, Microsoft would have been better off going to Vegas and throwing that money on black and hope for a hit, because that $400 million is nowhere to be found.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
Wrapping this up, I'll close with this. I am a Halo fan. I will always be a Halo fan. And I'm not some boomer who only likes the old games or doesn't want anything new. No, I love the whole universe. I love what they did with Infinite and the campaign and the grapple and the new stuff. I want new exciting stories to unfold. I want the game to grow and expand and try new things. But unfortunately, Halo Infinite did not do enough to keep me playing. I was locked in and ready to go for the next 5 years. But sadly, Halo Infinite only wanted me for a few months. I'm super looking forward to Season 2, and I think this game has a chance to make a comeback, but there will have to be some big changes and a total shift in mindset from Microsoft and 343. My hope is that Halo will grow and bring a community together like it used to. But that is a dream yet to be realized. Will Infinite pull through and make it happen, or will we have to wait another 8 years and try again? Thank you so much for watching this whole video. This is my first time trying something like this, so I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to drop your thoughts or a Halo memory in the comments below, and sub if you want. See you guys.